Hi boys and girls, today we're going to make a art science toy called a Newton's disc. This was influenced by Sir Isaac Newton. He was a mathematician, a scientist, a philosopher back in the day, a very long time ago. But what he believed in was that light was made out of different colors. So it was made out of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Kind of like what we studied before, you know, the light spectrum colors, right? So Roy G. Biv. So those colors are what make up visible light, right? So we're gonna make a toy that kind of reflects this principle, right? So it'll make more sense once we do the whole project. So let's get started with that. All right, boys and girls, so to make our Newton's disc, all you're gonna need is a piece of paper, some sort of cardboard that you have at home, or something stiffer than just a regular piece of paper. So if you have a paper plate, that works well. If you have a piece of cardboard like this, that works well too. You also need crayons, markers, colored pencils, whichever one you have of those. Then you need something round. Don't make it too small, but this is a lid. It's kind of a good size for my Newton's disc that I'm going to use to trace. And then you need scissors so you can cut out stuff. You need string, some string, and then a ruler if you have a ruler, or a straight edge, and then a pencil, and some glue. If you have glue, any type of glue works. And then something kind of slightly pointy, so ask your mom or dad or somebody to help you use. So I have a nail here to make my holes, but you can use something else that's kind of pointy. You're just going to make two little dots, two little holes with it. All right, so let's get started with this. So the first thing you need to do is to get your piece of cardboard and get your disc, and you're going to trace it. So you can use a pencil if you have one. I'm going to use a marker here so you guys can see my line. So hold down the disc and trace the lid or the cup, whatever you're using, all the way around. Okay. All right, so the next thing you got to do is to trace two more circles on your white piece of paper. Don't trace it right in the middle, right? That way, trace it on one side. That way you have enough space on the other side to trace another circle. That way we're not wasting paper. So hold your circle down, trace it. There we go. Now I have two circles. So in each circle, try to find the middle spot where you think the middle is, and just put a little dot on there. That's going to help you make your lines on it. All right. So you're going to make an X. Try to make your lines or your sections as even as possible. So you're going to make an X using your ruler or straight edge. There we go. So right there I have 4 pieces. I'm going to make one more line right in the middle. Again, try to make them as even as possible. There we go. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces on my circle. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. There we go. Now what you're going to do is, using your crayons or your pencils or your markers, whatever you have at home, you're going to color each section. So again, part of the colors that we have in the color spectrum or the light spectrum, we have red, we have orange, we have yellow, we have green, we have blue, and then we have purple. Now, usually there is indigo in the middle, but I don't have indigo, so I'm just gonna skip it. So instead of having all 7 colors of the light spectrum, we're just gonna use 6 colors. That's why we have 6 different spots, all right? So each section is gonna be 1 different color. So I'm gonna start off with red. I'm gonna do the other one the same way. There we go. Once I'm done coloring it, I'm gonna cut out all my circles. So I'm gonna start off with my cardboard circle. All right, so now that I have both of all 3 circles cut out and my 2 color ones, now I'm gonna glue it. So I'm just gonna put some glue. I'm gonna stick my circle on top. Make sure it lines up with the edges, right? We don't want it sticking out. I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna glue this side. I'm gonna stick this one down. All right. So after you let it dry for a bit, you're gonna make 2 holes in it. So if you can see your lines, you're gonna make 2 holes on one of those lines. So I'm gonna choose, so this is where you're gonna need to ask maybe your mom or dad or somebody, an adult, to help you, right? So you're not gonna make it right in the middle. You're gonna make it one a little bit off center, right? And another one off on the other side, all right? So I'm gonna make one right there. And again, don't poke your finger when you do this. You're just gonna need to wiggle it a little bit until you get to the other side. Once you get to the other side, just keep wiggling it. That makes a circle, a hole. Wiggle your other one on the other side. There we go. So now you have 2 holes on your disc, okay? Now what you're gonna do next is you need some string. So you need about 3 feet of string. So 3 feet is what 3 of this rulers, right? So if you measure the string, you need about this much string, three of this pieces, right? But continuous. So this is 1 right here. So I'm gonna hold on to that, slide it over. It's 2 feet, slide it over. And that's 3 feet. So now I can cut it. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it in through one of the holes. Right? And then you're gonna put it on the other hole, back through. Alright. So you should end up with your 2 pieces like this. And all you're gonna do is tie it. So grab both pieces like this, make sure they're together, and then you just wrap it kind of around your 2 fingers, and then right here you're gonna tuck that piece in, right? There we go. That's my knot right there. So I have this, what looks like this now. Right, so now I need to pull some of this string towards me, towards the other side. I need to keep some evenly. So it should stay like this, right? So try to keep it as even as possible, all right? So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna spin this, you're gonna spin it forward, right? Spin, 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 keep spinning. And you'll feel it get tighter and tighter, and then when it's done, you pull it. All right, boys and girls. So as you're spinning it, it's gonna take some practice for you to get it to spin. But when you spin it and you feel it getting tighter, then you pull it a little bit, and as you pull it, all these colors on yours, if you look at it from the side, it should kind of go back to its slightly whitish color, right? Kind of like the visible light. So you guys are gonna have to play with it, keep spinning it, try to see if you can get it back to its original color. All right guys, so I hope you have fun with your Newton's disc. Play with it, have fun with it, and I'll see you guys next time.